Hello, back on track with the reflection today, and as you can see by Ludwig, we have vocals. Always the most important episode in any song, but I think in this case in particular, I'm just really pleased. I like the lyrics and I think the performance is outstanding. So without further ado, let's get on with it. I really do need to put the automation for that fade out in. Doesn't need it till the end, does it really? It's just it's only a fade out, for goodness sake. As you can see, I've done some rendering as well. All of my instruments have been turned into audio, and I've basically disabled the tracks to take a bit of the CPU burden off. All of the drums have also been turned into audio, and I do the detect silence trick to cut all of the stuff out. so that I can actually see what's going on. I also found some bits that, as I'm focusing in at this level now, just beginning the mixing process really, finding stuff that I just don't like, and you can see that I've cut a couple of pieces out. I've also been doing some pretty dramatic stuff with the hats. I've really, I know I wanted a washy sound, but I have kind of got carried away. I've got an enormous delay throw, but I like it. So that's that. So the delay itself is actually quite quiet, but I'm basically sending more or less the entire mix to it. So if I just pull this down, you can hear it kind of bouncing. And now that bounce has disappeared. The reverb is also pretty intense. That's dry. Just washes it out. So it's quite a diffuse hats sound, and it's causing this, I don't want to say mushed, but I think diffused is the right word. And I like the effect. I think it's working really well. This delay is actually quite prevalent in the drums. Even the snares have got a little bit of it. Much less here, but still it's there. On the reverb. Sounds quite big cavern thing. But I've really only just about begun focusing in on the drums, just having turned them all into proper tracks, and being able to mix them down to subs. Something else that I spent a little bit of time on the kicks, which was a bit tedious, was fixing the phase. When I zoomed in, this is the advantage of turning stuff into audio. You find stuff that you didn't actually realise was wrong, because when it turns into audio, you can see any phase issues. And I've just basically sorted these 3 kicks out so that at the loudest part of the transient, they're all in phase. And it does help. It didn't quite have that kind of thuddy sound, because if you move these just slightly out of the way, it does have quite an effect. So if I pick those 2 up and just move them a bit, put them back, it's quite a big difference, particularly this kick 3. Just sounds kind of nasty. It's not at that level. When you're moving things that small, you're not really hearing the doubling effect, you're hearing the phase cancellation. Anyway, that's that sorted. Not something I typically have to worry about, because I tend to take most of my drums straight out of Groove Agent and everything's already fixed. But in this case, I had some stuff coming out of 2 different kits, and when I mixed them together, that's where they were slightly wrong. So just a decision to make as to whether or not to have harmonies in the song now. I'll give it a good old listen, try to figure out whether or not they have a place. I don't want to get into the habit of just arbitrarily throwing harmonies on every song that I write, but it does always seem to improve it, so it's a bit of a quandary. I'll make that decision over the next week or so. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please hit the like button. I'll see you for the next one. Thanks a lot for watching.